So the state game between the SANFL and the North East Australian Football League, and this is the Northern Conference. So effectively it was Queensland and the Northern Territory against the best from the SANFL. And Ken McGregor, you watched this game and we're a little bit surprised. South Australia got the scores on the board in the first quarter. The NEAFL, as we'll call them, were competitive, but as the game went on, the NEAFL actually played a really good second term.
Yeah, it went a different way from what I thought. Obviously, SA came out and they jumped them, and I thought, this could really hurt NEAFL's confidence, and I was a bit worried about how the game was going to go from there, but obviously from that they came back and they really started to do some good footy after that.
This goal from Kyle was the first of the match for the NEAFL. It took 25 minutes. South Australia had put 4 goals, 2 on the board, in fact, before the NEAFL was able to score. But they certainly resurrected their fortunes in the second term. They outscored South Australia for a start. They kicked 5 goals to 2 in the second term, and it was certainly game on at half-time with just the 9 points the margin.
Absolutely. Both sides were playing with a loose. So Jason Cotter at half-time, the coach of the NEAFL, decided to say, well, let's just slow it down. Let's play a bit more patient footy. And they did that from the back line and managed to be really effective for them.
And we see here just they're able to capitalise on a few forward entries. And this is early in the second half, around about the 10-minute mark. And still there was only 3 goals in it. And then the class and the precision and the skills of South Australia began to take a huge toll.
Yeah, it absolutely did. I think as soon as the enthusiasm started to run out on the NEAFL side, the skills and the bigger bodies of the SANFL started to show. And, especially little kicks like this, using the right option was definitely for show. Yeah,
Jason Cotter, the NEAFL coach, was critical of his opposition in their game in the first half, pointing out that South Australia thought they were going to come out for a bit of a picnic and that they were going to do it easy. But unfortunately, the NEAFL just wasn't able to take it up to South Australia in the second half. A little bit of spillage there, capitalised by Nick Little. And in the end, it was 14 goals to 3 in the second half. Absolutely damaging on the scoreboard, South Australia, with their skills better than the NEAFL.
Absolutely. They really started to turn on. The midfield of Goldsworthy, Cross, Little, even Sammy Gray started to really get involved with that and just started to take over the game and give the advantage to the SANFL side.
So there's the quarter by quarters with South Australia by 20 points at quarter time. The NEAFL did well in the second term to pull it back to 9 points at half time. Big third quarter from South Australia, 44 the margin at 3/4 time, and a huge last quarter, 82 points, the final margin. Now, if we look through the statistics, they're actually a lot closer than perhaps you would think, but what can you tell us about what happened in the second half?
Yeah, I think so. They really started to take over in the second half. We can look through the statistics, and the centre clearances were 12 to the SANFL, 7 to the NEAFL. Inside 50s, they almost doubled them, 31 to 17, and obviously just weight of possessions, 224 to 171, just showed their dominance in that second half.
Absolutely, and so South Australia, this is the first time they've ever played the NEAFL, and this is the Northern Conference of the NEAFL. South Australia, a great record of pride, and since 1991 when the Crows came in and changed the face of SA footy, they've now got 13 wins and 6 losses. Their captain this afternoon, Paul Thomas, playing in his 7th South Australian game, and he has 7 wins. Big win for South Australia by 82 points.